Hi, welcome once more to Mr. Max. In this lesson, we are going to revise from February-March 2016 analytical geometry questions. February-March 2016 analytical geometry questions. That is question number 3 and 4. Okay, let's start. In the diagram below, P minus 1, P 1, 1, 0, Q 0, 2 and R are the vertices of a triangle P. Here Q is equal to theta. So this is a triangle P, coordinates given, Q coordinates given, R coordinate is not given. Okay, and this angle is given as theta. M and PQ and R, M and N respectively. The equation of the side of PR and QR. So the equation of both the sides, this QR, the equation is this one, and PR, the equation is this one. Y is equal to minus x plus 2. And where is this M and N? Oh, they are saying that this M and N are the point of intercept. M and N are the x-intercepts of that triangle. Okay, now what is the first question? T is a point on the x-axis. Okay, so there is a point here and that point is T. Now, what is the first question? 3.1. Question number 3.1. Determine the gradient of QP. You have to find the gradient of QP. That means, you know the coordinate of Q and P. Am I right? So once if we know both the coordinates, we can apply gradient formula. Am I right? Okay. So gradient of QP is equal to, what is the gradient formula? Y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. This is the gradient formula. Am I right? Okay. So that is equal to, so let's call this as this one as x1 y1 x2 y2, or the other way around, x1 y1 x2 y2. Okay, you will get the same answer. Okay, so y2 minus y1, so 1 minus minus 2, 1 minus minus 2 divided by x2 minus x1, 1 minus 0. Minus minus is plus, so 1 plus 2, 3 divided by 1. So what is the gradient? It is 3. So the gradient of the line QP is 3. Now let's move to the next question. Question number 3.2. Question number 3.2. What is that question? Prove that angle PQR is equal to 90 degrees. You have to prove that this angle is 90 degree. So what is the gradient of PQ or QP? We got it as 3. Am I right? Okay. So if we want to prove that this angle is 90, if two lines are perpendicular, what about their gradients? Gradients are, product of the gradient is minus 1. So for example, here it is, this is, assume that this is PQ and this one is R. Okay. So it means that M of PQ times M of gradient of QR, and what is the answer you are supposed to get? Minus 1 if it is 90 degrees. Okay, so now here in grade 11 you studied, in case if the product of this PQ is for example here it is 3, then 3 means 3 divided by 1. Then what is the gradient of QR? You are supposed to get minus 1 over 3. You understand? But here in this question you have to prove that one. Okay, if the gradient is minus 1 over 3. So for that what we can do is look at the equation of QR. The equation of the line QR is given. What is the equation of the line QR? X plus 3y plus 6 is equal to 0. This is the equation of QR given. Am I right? Okay. So now from here we have to write this equation in a standard form. What is the standard form of a straight line? Y is equal to something like that. Am I right? So now we have to write this equation like that. Y is equal to mx plus c, like this. Okay. So let's leave this 3y here on the left side. Take all the other values to the right side. So my x on the other side it is minus x. 6 on the other side it is minus 6. So now how can I find y? I have to divide throughout with 3. Am I right? Divided by 3, divided by 3, divided by 3. So now these 3 and these 3 cancel. This is minus 1 over 3, am I right? So y is equal to minus x means minus 1 times x. So it is minus 1 over 3x. Then 6 by 3 is 2, minus 2. So now here this equation is a standard form. So here what is the value of m? M stands for, or the gradient, m stands for the gradient. So here what is the coefficient of x? Here the coefficient of x is m. Here the coefficient of x is minus 1 over 3. So what is the gradient of that line QR? Gradient of the line QR. Therefore m of QR is equal to minus 1 over 3. Now, what is our question? We have to prove that those two lines are perpendicular. Therefore, gradient of QP times gradient of QR. So, if we get that answer as minus 1, then we can say that PQ is perpendicular, or this angle is 90 degrees. Okay. So, let's see. What is gradient of QP? 3 times, what is gradient of QR? It is minus 1 over 3. So here you can see 3 and 3 cancel. So what is answer? Minus 1. So the product of the gradient we got as minus 1. So what is the meaning of that? Therefore we can say that angle Q, PQR, is equal to 90 degree, because the product of the gradient is minus 1. That is the condition to prove two straight lines are perpendicular or 90 degrees. Okay. So that is question number 3.2. Now let's move to the next question. Question number, what is the next question? Question number 3.3. Okay, question number 3.3. What is that question? Determine the coordinates of R. You have to find the coordinate of R, this point. R is this point, am I right? Okay, so what is the coordinate of that point R? So now look at this diagram. In this triangle, this point R is a point on this line. Am I right? At the same time, this point is a point on this line also. So it means that point R is a common point for both the straight lines. Is it not so? So now we can say that at the point R, both the equations are the same, because that is a common point. What is the equation of that line PR? Y is equal to minus x plus 2. And what is the equation of this one? We wrote it on the previous question. Y is equal to, what was that? Minus 1 over 3 x minus 2. Am I right? Okay, this is the equation that we found on the previous question. Look at the previous question. Okay, so the equation of this line is minus 1 over 3 x minus 2. So what we are saying, at the point R, both the equations are same. Am I right? So at R, both the equations are same means, look at this one, y is equal to y is equal to. So it means that both of these one are same. So what we can write? Minus x, first equation, plus 2 is equal to minus 1 over 3x minus 2. So from here we have to find the value of x. Then after that we have to find y. What is our question? We have to find the coordinate of the point R. Am I right? Okay, x and y value. So take this x term to this side and this constant term to the other side. So minus x, minus 1 over 3 on this side, it is 1 over 3 x is equal to minus 2. Take this plus 2 to the other side. So it is minus 2. So now how can you find the value of x? How many terms are here? 2 terms. And is there any common factor? Yeah, x is a common factor. Can you see that? So take that x as common factor. So what is remaining? Minus 1 plus 1 over 3. Am I right? And that is equal to minus 4. Minus 2 is minus 4. So here what is this bracket stands for? Multiplication. So here if I want to take this one to the other side, it is division. Here it is multiplication. So on the other side it is division. So x is equal to minus 4 divided by minus 1 plus 1 over 3. Check in your calculator guys, what is answer for that one? in your calculator you will get the answer as 6. So it means that the value of x coordinate of r, okay, is 6. Now what we have to find? We have to find the value of y. So how can we find the value of y? We have to substitute in any one of these equation. I think the first equation is more simple, am I right? Okay, so we can substitute in this equation. So what is that one? Y is equal to minus x plus 2. So y is equal to minus, what is x? 6 plus 2. So y is equal to minus 6 plus 2 is minus 4. So it means that the y value is minus 4. So what is the coordinate of r? Therefore coordinate of r is 6 comma minus 4. And that is the question. You have to find the coordinate of r. Okay, now let's move to the next question. Question number 3.4. What is question number 3.4, guys? Question number 3.4. What is that question? Calculate the length of PR. Leave your answer in short form. You have to find the length of PR. This one, PR. So we know both the coordinates, so it's easy. You have to apply the distance formula. Okay. So what is the distance formula? PR is equal to, what is the distance formula? Square root of, I hope all of you know how to substitute the values and the formula also. X1 minus x2 the whole square plus y1 minus y2 the whole square. So substitute the values now. Okay, square root of, let's take this one as x1 y1 and this one as x2 y2. Okay, or other way around, we will get the same answer. Okay, so 6 minus 1, 6 minus 1 the whole square plus y1 minus y2 minus 4 minus 1 minus 4 minus 1 the whole square. So here now what is answer? Take your calculator, try to find the answer. Okay, 5 square is 25 plus 5 square is 25. So it is square root of 50. So what is that? 5 square root of 10. Am I right? Guys, don't worry about this calculation. Okay, you will get from here, you will get the answer in your calculator as 5 root 10. Okay, so that is the length of PR. So that line, the length is here, the length is 5 root 10. That is the length of PR. Okay, okay, now let's move to the next question. Question number 3.5. Question number 3.5. What is that question? Determine the equation of a circle passing through the points P, Q, R in the form of x minus a. So that is the general equation of a circle. X minus a the whole square plus y minus b the whole square is equal to r square. That is the general equation of a circle. Am I right? Okay. And what is this a and b stands for? The center of the circle. And what is this one? The radius of the circle. So here what is the question? There is a circle passing through the points P, Q, R. This is our P, this is our Q, and this one is R. Okay. So there is a circle passing through the points P, Q, R like this. Okay. And you have to find the equation of this circle. Okay. So here to find the equation of the circle, first you have to know what are the center coordinates. Here this is, assume that this is the center of the circle. Okay, you have to know what are the coordinates here, x and y value, and also you have to know what is the radius of the circle. Am I right? Okay, so first let's find the center of the circle. Okay, so now for that is it not we already proved that this angle is 90 degrees. Am I right? So what is the meaning of that one? So here there is a problem in my drawing, but try to understand. Let me draw it like this once more. Sorry guys, let me draw once more that circle. Assume that this is the circle, this is our PR, this is PQ. So this is PQR, and we proved that this angle is 90 degrees. So now if this angle is 90 degrees, what about this line? You know, in Euclidean geometry, we studied angle in a semicircle. If it is a circle and this is the diameter, okay, then if this one is the diameter, then always this angle is 90 degrees, or the other way around, okay, converse. How can we say? If this angle is 90 degrees, then this one is a diameter. So similarly, we know that this angle is 90 degree. So what is the meaning of that? The opposite line, this line PR is the diameter. You understand? So here, because of this 90 degree, PR is the diameter. Okay. So PQR is equal to 90 degrees. It implies that PR is the diameter. What is the reason? What is the reason for that? Converse of angle in a semicircle. That is from Euclidean geometry. Okay, converse of angle in a semicircle. Okay, so now we know that PR is the diameter. Okay, so to find the equation of a circle, what we want? We want the center points. Okay, so if this line PR is a center, so how can I find the center coordinate? Of course, we have to apply the midpoint formula. Am I right? Okay, so to find the midpoint of that line PR, we have to apply the midpoint formula. So apply the midpoint formula. So here, what is the midpoint formula? X1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus 6 plus 1 divided by 2. I hope you know the midpoint formula. X1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y2 divided by 2, like this. Okay, then y1 minus 4 plus 1 divided by 2. So what is the answer here? 6 plus 1 is 7. So it is 7 over 2, and this is minus 3. Minus 4 plus 1 is minus 3 over 2. So it means that the center coordinate, this coordinate, what is the center? 7 over 2 comma minus 3 over 2. That is the coordinate of that point. Am I right? Okay, now we got these values A and B, the center points. Okay, now what is outstanding? The value of R. So we have to find the value of R now. So how can we find the value of R, guys? Look at question number. You can apply the distance formula. This is R. Am I right? P2, this point is the radius of the circle. Am I right? So we can apply the distance formula, but just to save time, look at question number 3.4. There we already got the length of PR. That is 5 root 10. Previous question we got. Okay. So what is the radius? Radius is equal to 5 root 10. That is the diameter. PR is a diameter. So how can I find the radius? Half of the diameter. So this one is the radius of the circle. Am I right? Okay. Now we have to write the equation of the circle. We got everything. Okay. Center of the circle. We got the center. Then also the radius of the circle. Okay. So write the formula. So therefore we can substitute x minus a. What is the value of a? 7 over 2 the whole square plus y minus b. Y minus, what is b? Minus 3 over 2. The whole square is equal to r square. This is the value of r. We have to write r square. So that one 5 root 10 by 2 the whole square. That is r square. Okay. So let's write once more. X minus 7 over 2 the whole square plus minus is plus. So it is y plus 3 over 2 the whole square is equal to, take your calculator and try to find the answer of that one. So in your calculator you will get a 25 over 2. The answer for this one is 25 over 2. You can check in your calculator. Okay. So this is the equation of that circle passing through the points P, Q and R. So that is question number 3.5. Now let's move to the next question. Question number 3.6. Okay, let's move to the next question. Question number 3.6. What is that question? Determine the equation of a tangent to the circle passing through P, Q and R at the point P in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. So you have to find the equation of a tangent. So we know that there is a circle passing through those points. Okay, which points are that? P, Q, R and this one. Okay, assume that that's a circle. Okay, so then now what is the question? You have to find the equation of a tangent to the circle PQR at the point P. So it means that at this point P there is a tangent. So tangent means it's touching only once. Okay, there is a tangent like this, and you have to find the equation of that tangent. So tangent means is a straight line. Am I right? So what is the equation of the straight line? Y is equal to mx plus c. This is the equation of a straight line. Am I right? Okay. So here what is this m stands for? The gradient of that line. Am I right, guys? Okay. So did we find the gradient of QPR? We didn't get the gradient of PR yet. Okay. So now how can you find the gradient, the value of m of that tangent? Okay. So here you can see in this tangent we know only one point, that is P. 1, 1. So we can't apply gradient formula, because to apply gradient formula at least we have to know 2 points. Okay, but is there any other method? You know, in Euclidean geometry you studied radius is perpendicular to tangent. So this is the radius of that circle, am I right? And this is the tangent. So this angle is 90 degrees. Okay, so what we can write first, angle, if I call this one as, or okay, let's call this as angle P1. Okay, so angle P1 is equal to 90 degrees. What is the reason? Radius is perpendicular to tangent. It looks like a Euclidean geometry questions. Okay, now once if we know that this angle is 90 degree, then how can I find the gradient of this tangent? First I have to find the gradient of, what is the gradient of this line P. Okay, let's say PR. Okay, how can you find the gradient of PR? M of PR, radius or diameter. Okay, it's the same straight line. Okay, that is why I wrote a PR. Okay, so what is the gradient? How can you find? Y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So now PR. So here I think we did this one. Okay, minus 4 minus 1, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, 6 minus 1, 6 minus 1. So what is answer? Minus 5 divided by 5, minus 5 divided by 5. So what is answer? Minus 1. So it means that the gradient of this line is minus 1. So what is the gradient of this perpendicular line? Yeah, you studied like this. If it is gradient is minus 1, so we have to know the gradient of the tangent. Am I right? Gradient, what is the gradient of the tangent? Okay, that is our m. Okay, we have to find the equation of that tangent. Okay, so for that we have to know what is the gradient of the tangent. Okay, so how can we find? Gradient of the perpendicular line is 1. So if I write minus 1, what is the denominator here? It is positive 1. Now how can you find the gradient of the tangent, perpendicular line? I have to find the reciprocal, that is this one becomes here, this one here, so it is 1 over 1, 1 over minus 1 over minus 1, but at the same time you have to change the sign also. If here it is minus, here it is plus. So what is the gradient? Plus 1 over 1, that is 1. Plus 1 over 1 means 1. Okay, so the gradient of the tangent is 1. Okay, so now we got the equation. We know the value of the gradient m. Am I right? So now how can we write the equation? Therefore y is equal to mx 1 times x plus c. So now we have to find the value of this c. So how can you find the value of c, guys? We know one point on that tangent. What is that point? 1 comma 1. So substitute in this equation. Y1 is equal to 1 into x also 1 at the point P. That is a tangent touching point on that straight line. Okay. Plus C. So 1 times 1 is it passing through 0? Okay. So guys, there is a slight mistake in my drawing, but there is no mistake here. But the correct drawing is like this. Okay, the correct drawing is like this. The line is like this. Then assume that this is the point. Then the circle will come here. This is the point P. Okay, so the correct drawing is like this. The tangent is supposed to be like this, not like that. Okay, so anyway, now what is 1 times 1 is 1. So take that 1 to this side. So it is minus 1 is equal to C. So what is the value of C? 1 minus 1 is 0. So there is no value for C. So now what is the equation? Therefore substitute this C as 0 here. Okay, 1 into x is x. So y is equal to x plus 0. The value of C is 0. So what is the equation? Y is equal to x. That means the equation of that tangent is y is equal to x. The equation of this tangent is y is equal to x. Do you know why I draw like this immediately? Why I said that line, this tangent, the one that I draw is wrong? Is I roughly draw that one. Okay, but what is the equation here? Here you are going to get, or here we got y is equal to x. Y is equal to x means that line definitely it must pass through the center point like this. This is the equation of y is equal to x. That is why here I draw like this correctly. Okay, anyway, that is the equation of the tangent. Okay, now question number 3.7. Okay, let's move to the next question. Question number 3.7. Question number 3.7. What is that question? Calculate the size of theta. You have to find the size of theta. Which one is theta? Theta is this angle. Am I right? You have to find this angle. That is the question. Okay. So let me draw that triangle once more here. This is P. Okay. So assume that this is P and this one is angle Q and this is angle R and that angle R is theta. Am I right? Okay. Now there is an x-axis like this. There is an x-axis like this. Okay, this is the x-axis. Okay, and this is the point M and this is the point N. So this is the triangle. So now here what I'm going to do is to find this theta, we know that this angle Q is 90 degree. So if I can find this angle also, angle P also, then the sum of the angles in a triangle we can apply like that and find the value of theta. Okay, so now I'm thinking, how can I find this angle P? Okay, so for that what I'm going to do is, this is the x-axis, am I right? Okay, so what is this angle, this external angle, this one, that is the angle of inclination, am I right? Okay, so what is the gradient of that line PR? Here you can see that the equation of PR is y is equal to minus x plus 2. So what is the gradient of PR? Gradient of PR is y is equal to minus x plus 2 means this minus 1 here, am I right? So that minus 1 is the gradient of the line PR. So gradient of line PR is minus 1. Okay, so now how can I find this angle? Let me, which angle is that? PN, there is a point here T. Okay, so what is angle PNT? Angle PNT, or before that we can write it like this just for you to understand, or if you have that practice you can write directly. Okay, so what is that? Tan of angle PNT, tan of angle PNT is equal to the angle of inclination is the gradient. Okay, so what is the gradient of this line PR? What's the gradient of this line? We know that it is minus 1. Gradient of PR is minus 1. Okay. So tan of angle PND is equal to minus 1. So now how can I find angle PND, this angle? Therefore, angle PNT is equal to tan inverse of minus 1. Since here it is minus 1, don't forget to add 180. So what is angle PNT? Angle PNT is equal to, check in your calculator, what is answer for that? It is 135. 135. So it means that this angle is 135 degrees. You understand? Okay. So now you have to pause the video and write this one. Now what I am going to do is, if that angle is 135, so what about this angle, inside angle? This one is a straight line, x-axis is a straight line. Okay, so this inside angle, which angle is that? Angle, this is angle P, angle PNM. Therefore, angle PNM is equal to 180 minus 135. What is the answer? It's 45 degrees. So it means this inside angle is 45 degrees. You understand? Okay. Now I want to find this angle. That is also angle of inclination. Am I right? This one is angle of inclination of this line PQ. Okay. So which angle is that? PMN. Okay. So what is a gradient of PQ? Gradient of PQ. Look at the previous question. Did we find the gradient of PQ somewhere? Gradient of PQ. Oh, we didn't find the gradient of PQ. So we have to find. So what is how can I find the gradient of PQ? Y2 minus Y1. Like that. 1 minus minus 2. 1 minus minus 2 divided by, I am applying the gradient formula. Okay. Divided by x2 minus x1. 1 minus 0. I think we did this one before. Yeah, anyway, 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 divided by 1 is 3. Okay. So the gradient of this line PQ is 3. So now we want to find this angle. Okay. So you know that is the angle of inclination from the positive x-axis to that line. That is the angle of inclination. So angle of inclination, how can we write? Tan of, which angle is that? PMN. Tan of angle PNM is equal to, what is the gradient? Gradient we got it as 3. Tan of that angle of inclination is tan of that angle is equal to the gradient. Okay. So from there, what is angle PNM? Therefore, angle PNM is equal to tan inverse of 3. Here you don't want to add 180. Do you know why? Because here the answer gradient is positive. When it is negative, you have to add plus 180. Okay. Okay. So check in your calculator. What is tan inverse of 3 here? It is P. Sorry, this is not P and M. This angle, how can you write? What is this angle? PMN. Am I right? Okay. This is PMN, not PNM. Okay. PMN. Okay. So this is PMN. Okay. So this angle, what is the angle? And 71.57. So here this one is 71.57 degrees. So it means that this angle is 71.57. You understand? So now in that triangle, how can I find angle P? Look at this triangle. This is 71.57. This is 45. So how can I find P? Therefore, angle P is equal to, you know, sum of the angle in a triangle is 180. So 180 minus 71.57 plus 45. So check in your calculator. What is answer for that one? 180 minus 45 plus 71.57. So angle P is equal to, in your calculator you will get 63.43 degrees. So it means that this angle is 63.43 degrees. You understand? But what is our question? Our question is not to find angle P. What is our question? We have to find angle that theta. Am I right? Okay. So for now, look at this one. In this big triangle PQR, this angle is 63.43. We know that this angle is 90 degree. So how can I find this angle? Same applies, angle in a sum of the angles in a triangle. So therefore theta is equal to 180, sum of the angle is 180 minus 90 plus angle P, we got it as 63.43. So now theta is equal to, check in your calculator, what is answer? 180 minus 90 plus 63.43, 26.57. In your calculator you will get 26.57. So it means that this angle theta is 26.57 degrees. You understand? Okay, so that is question number 3. Now let's move to the next question, question number 4. Okay, let's move to the next question, question number 4. In the diagram below, the equation of the circle with the center O is x square plus y squared is equal to 20. So there is a circle, this is the y-axis and this one is the x-axis. So the center of the circle is the origin, 0, 0. Okay, now what else? The equation of that circle is x square plus y squared is equal to 20. The tangent PRS to the circle at R has equation half x plus k. So there is a tangent here and the equation of that tangent, equation of this tangent is y is equal to half x plus k. Okay, now PRS cut the y-axis at the point T. So this is the y-intercept. Okay, this point is the y-intercept. Then x-axis at S. So this is the x-intercept. So those are the x-intercept and the y-intercept. Now what is the question? First question, 4.1. Question number 4.1. What is that question? Determine, giving reason, the equation of OR in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. You have to find the equation of OR. Equation of OR. OR is a straight line. Am I right? Okay. So what is the general equation of a straight line? Y is equal to mx plus c. Am I right? And what is this m stands for? The gradient. Am I right? Okay. So now I'm thinking, how can I find the gradient of this line? So you know that this OR is a radius and this one is a tangent. And what you studied in your class in Euclidean geometry, radius is perpendicular to tangent. That means this angle is 90 degrees. Am I right? Okay. What we are trying to find? We are trying to find the gradient of this line OR. Okay. So what is the gradient of this line? Gradient of which line is that? PS. Okay. The tangent. Gradient of PS. From that equation, we know the equation of tangent y is equal to half x plus k. And what is the gradient here? That half. That means gradient of PS is half. So now we know that this line PS is perpendicular to this one. So how can you find the gradient of the perpendicular line? Therefore, but OR is, the line OR is perpendicular to PR. Am I right? Okay. So it implies that the gradient of which line? OR. So how can you find the gradient of the perpendicular line? What is the gradient of PS? It's 1 over 2. Okay. Maybe in grade 10 you studied if two lines are perpendicular, then the product of the gradient is -1. That's what we want to apply here. Okay. So how can you find easily? If this one is one line PR, the gradient is 1 over 2. PS, the gradient is 1 over 2. Okay. So how can you write the gradient of the perpendicular line? You have to find the reciprocal 2 over 1, then change the sign. So it is -2 over 1. -2 over 1 is the same as -2. So gradient of OR is 2. That is the equation that we want to find. Equation of OR, that is the question. Okay. So now how can I find the equation of OR? Therefore, what is the general equation? Y is equal to mx. We know now the gradient of this line OR is minus 2. So minus 2x plus c. Now how can you find the value of this c? Here there is no point given. Only point is 0, 0. Okay. So if you substitute that 0, 0, you will get the answer. Otherwise, what is this c stands for? C stands for the y-intercept. So look at this line OR. This is the y-axis. So where it is intersecting? At 0. Am I right? So the y-intercept is this c. Am I right? Okay. So here it is intersecting at 0. So it means that this c is 0. So y is equal to minus 2x plus 0. What is minus 2x plus 0? Y is equal to minus 2x. So it means that the equation of this line is y is equal to minus 2x. This line. Okay. OR or VR, same straight line. Okay. So what is the equation? Y is equal to minus 2x. So that is question number 4.1. You have to find the equation of the line OR. Okay. Now let's move to the next question. What is the next question? 4.2. Question number 4.2. What is that question? Determine the coordinates of R. Now the question is, you have to find the coordinate of this point R. So how can I find the coordinate of this point R? So here two different, we can't apply this one because we don't know what is the value of k. So in case if we know what is the value of k, then what we can think? This point R is a common point on this line and this line. Am I right? So we can equate these two equations. Then we can find the value of coordinates of point R. Okay. But unfortunately, we can't do that one now because there is a k here. We don't know what is the value of k. Okay. So what we have to do is look at this circle. This point R is a point on that circle. And we know the equation of the circle. What is the equation of the circle? X square plus y square is equal to 20. Am I right? And at the same time, this point is a point on this straight line OR or VR. Am I right? What is the equation of VR or OR? Y is equal to 2x. Is it? Y is equal to minus 2x. Sorry. Y is equal to minus 2x. Am I right? Okay. So this point R is a point on the circle and also a point on this line on VR. Am I right? So it means that at that point both the equations are the same, or we can simultaneously solve. Okay. So how can we simultaneously solve this one? Let me call this as equation number 1 and 2. Now what I am going to do is substitute equation number 2 in equation number 1. Substitute equation number 2 in equation number 1. That means this equation you have to substitute on this one. So it is x square plus y square. What is the value of y we got? Minus 2x. The whole square is equal to 20. Do you understand? I substitute the value of y as minus 2x in this equation. Here y square. Okay. So what is this one? X square plus minus 2 square is 4. X square is equal to 20. X square means 1. 1x square plus 4x squared. How many x squared? 5x square is equal to 20. So what is x square from there? This is multiplication. So if I take this 5 to the other side, it is division. So it is 20 divided by 5. That is 4. So what is x? Therefore x is equal to square root of 4. Am I right? Okay. So what is x? There are two values, plus or minus 2. So here we are trying to find the coordinate of this point R. So here you can see that here the x value, what is x value? R is here, that means somewhere here, x value. Okay. So here you know that x value is positive. From the origin to this side negative. Am I right? So it implies that the x value is positive 2. So the coordinate of R, the x coordinate of R is 2. Now how can I find the y coordinate? Let me write it here. Y is equal to minus 2x. So y is equal to minus 2x. What is the x value we got? 2. So y is equal to minus 2 into 2. I substitute the value of x as 2. So what is that one? Y is equal to minus 2 times 2 is minus 4. So it means that the coordinate of y coordinate of r is minus 4. So therefore what is the coordinate of r? It is 2 comma minus 4. You understand? Okay. So that is question number 4.2. Now let's move to the next question, question number 4.3. Question number 4.3. What is that question? Determine the area of triangle OTS. You have to find the area of OTS. What is OTS? This line OTS. Can you see? This triangle OTS. You have to find the area of that triangle OTS. And here this is the origin. So this angle is 90 degrees. Okay. So once if I know the length of this one and the length of this OT and OS, then half BH. You know, area of a triangle is half BH. So we can take this as base, OS as base, and OT as height. Okay. So now I'm thinking, how can I find the value of the coordinate of this point, or the y value of this t and the x value of this s? Okay. So that's what I'm thinking. Okay. So now we know the equation of this line, not completely, but it is given as y is equal to half x plus k. Okay. So here the equation of that line is y is equal to half x plus k. And what is this k stands for? The y-intercept. So here in this line, which one is the y-intercept? This point t. There you will get, if you can find the value of k, that is the y-intercept, this point, y value. Okay. Okay. So now how can I find the value of this k? So look at this line. On this line, this point r is a point on that line. So I can substitute the value of x as 2 and y as minus 4. So substitute here. Y, what is y here? Minus 4. So minus 4 is equal to half into x. What is x? It is 2 plus k. So if I cancel this 2 and 2, what is remaining here? 1. So minus 4 is equal to 1 plus k. Take this 1 to this side. So it is minus 4 minus 1 is equal to k. So what is k? Therefore k is equal to minus 4 minus 1 is minus 5. So it means that the value of k is minus 5. K stands for what? In this equation, look at this equation. Y is equal to half x plus k. And what is that k stands for? The y-intercept. So this line, which one is the y-intercept? This point. So at that point, what is the y value we got? Minus 5. So it means that here the y value is minus 5. You understand? Okay. So now we know what is the equation of that line. What is the equation of this line? Y is equal to half x plus k. What is k? Minus 5. So half x minus 5. Okay. That is the equation of that line. Okay. Now look at that line, this point S. Is it, this one is the x-axis. So this point is the x-intercept. Okay. So that point S is on this line, our line. Am I right? Okay. So at x-intercept, what is the y value? We know that the y value is 0. So what is the x value? How can I find? Here at S, at the point S, what is the y value? Y is equal to 0 because that is the x-intercept. So substitute y as 0 here. Okay. So 0 is equal to half x minus 5. Take this minus 5 to this side. So it is positive 5. Am I right? Minus 5. On the other side it is positive 5. 0 plus 5 is equal to half into x. So now this is division. So I can cross multiply like this. What is 2 times 5? 10. So what is x? 1 into x is x. X is equal to 10. So it means that at this point S, the x value is 10. Okay, so now listen here, the x value is 10 means what? Here the x value is 10 means what? What is this distance? Can you say what is this distance? That one is 10 units. Am I right? Here the y value is minus 5. What is the meaning of that? From the origin to this distance is 5. Don't say minus 5 because we are talking about this distance. So that is 5 units. What is our question? We have to find the area of the triangle. Okay. So now what is the area formula? Half BH. Am I right? Okay. So here so what is the equation? Y is equal to half into base into height. Okay. So it is half into, what is the base? What is the length? 10. So 10 times, what is the perpendicular height? It is 5. So take your calculator, try to find the answer. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 5 times 5 is 25 square units. So the u square means the square units. Okay. So what is the area of that triangle? It is 25 square units. Okay. So that is question number 4.3. Now let's move to the next question, question number 4.4. Okay. Question number 4.4. What is that question? Calculate the length of VT. So which line is VT? VT. Sorry. Yeah, VT. So there is no line like that given. Okay. So but still they are asking what is the length of the line VT. Which line is VT, guys? Which line is VT? This is this one is the point V. Okay, and this point is T. Okay, so here they are talking about what is the length of this line V. Oh, it's a straight line. Sorry, it's a straight line. I'm supposed to draw a straight line. Okay, assume that that one is a straight line. Okay, so you have to find the length of that line VT. That is the question. Okay, so how can you find the length of that line VT, guys? We don't know what is the coordinate of V, but we know what is the coordinate of T. Minus 5 means what is the coordinate? This is the y-intercept. So what is the x value? At y-intercept, the x value is 0. So it is 0 comma minus 5. But if we know the coordinate of this V, then we can easily apply the distance formula. Am I right? If you know both the coordinates, we can apply the distance formula. So now I am thinking, how can I find the coordinate of that point V? That's what I want to answer. Okay. So for that, what I'm going to do is, let me call this point as x comma y. Now look at this line VR. Is it not that the diameter passing through the origin? So here origin, what is the coordinate? Here what is the coordinate at this point? It is 0 comma 0. This is the origin point. Okay. We know what is the coordinate of R? 2 comma minus 4. So how can I find this x comma y? You know, there is a straight line like this, guys. Okay, that is the this is the point V, x comma y, and this is the diameter from here to here. Okay, and here what is the coordinate? 2 comma minus 4. So you know that this is the center, and we know the center, it is origin 0 comma 0. So how can I find the value of x? Apply the midpoint formula, right? So x plus 2 divided by 2, x plus 2 divided by 2, and what is the answer? The midpoint x value, that is 0. So from there, what is the x value? Cross multiply these. 2 times 0 is 0. So it means x plus 2 is equal to 0. So what is x here? X is equal to, take this plus 2 to the other side. So it is minus 2. So it means that here the x value is minus 2. Now we have to find the y value. Same midpoint formula. Y plus minus 4. Y plus minus 4 divided by 2. And what is the midpoint? 0. Cross multiply. Same method. Okay. 2 times 0 is 0. So plus minus is what? Minus. So y minus 4 is equal to 0. So what is y? y is equal to positive 4. So here the y value is positive 4. Am I right? Okay. So here the coordinates of v are -2 and 4. So now we know, okay, this is -2 and this is 4. Am I right? So we can easily find the length of the line VT. We know both the points. So we can apply the distance formula. Okay. So apply the distance formula now. Therefore, VT is equal to square root of, I hope you know the distance formula, how to apply, substitute the values. Okay. x1 minus x2. x1 is -2 minus x2 0 the whole square plus y1 minus y1 is 4 minus what is y2 minus 5 the whole square, x1 minus x2 the whole square, y1 minus y2 the whole square, the distance formula. Okay, so here this is equal to square root of -2, this is -2, -2 minus 0 is -2, -2 square positive 4 plus, is it not this one plus 4 plus 5, minus minus is plus, 4 plus 5 is 9, 9 square is what, 81, so it is 81. So what is that one, square root of 85. So either you can leave it like this, or if you can simplify, you have to check in your calculator. Okay, so you will get a decimal number. Okay, square root of 85, square root of 85 is between which two numbers, guys? Square root of 81 is 9 and square root of 100 is, square root of 10 is 100. So it means you are going to get a number 9 point something. Okay, anyway, I'm just saying, so you can find the answer in your calculator. Okay, so that is question number 4.4, and that's end of which question we are doing, February March 2016. So I hope all of you understand very clearly this February March 2016. So like always, what I'm saying, this is my logo, or this is my what you call it, always I will say practice maximum number of questions from different provinces, September exam, June exam, final exam, okay, February March exams. Okay, so when you do each questions, you will get a new ideas. Okay, so here in our app we are I'm trying to explain all the different types of questions, almost 20, 25, 30 questions. Okay, so try to practice all those questions, then you can increase your level. Okay, you can definitely you will get a level 5, level 6, level 7, like that. Okay, so anyway, thank you very much for watching, then see you on the next lesson. Okay, bye.